looking forward to more version plays later on as we proceed to the matches. Pero now, we're gonna be moving on to our map bans para magkaalaman na kung saan nga ba tayo mapupunta this match.
That is right. So we have Team Sherwin over here banning Split and Team 2 banning Icebox. Guys, wala ba talagang Icebox? Gustong-gusto. Gustong-gusto. Ready na sa Snowball
Kaya nga,
Esports
Mika, kahit yung snowball fight kanina, Mika, hindi pa rin naganap sa Icebox.
Sobrang
Ayaw talaga
eh.
ipakita sa atin.
Okay
And then
lang
ayun,
yan.
Team Sherwin with the Ascent Band and Team 2 with the Bind Band. So ito na naman tayo for another semifinals matchup gonna be happening over at Haven.
Ayun, bigla na lang yung una ko naisip, ano pa bang Haven fans yung maibibigay ko dahil na, ayun, we're gonna throw it to Daks. Baka naman may baon pa ako, diba? And ayun, Laika, which way do you think this is going to go? Right now kasi, medyo nagsaside ako with Team Sherwin, but we just saw how Team 2 can play when they're really on top of their game.
Syempre, pero I'm gonna go with Team 2 over here kasi sila yung tumalo dun sa kabilang sure. So baka ito rin yung sure na to, matalo rin nila. Tingnan natin. Pero ayun na, Mika. Excited na ako sa labanan. Ay, may gusto ka pa bang sabihin?
Baka nga may something sa sure, 'di ba? Sa pamilyang sure na 'yan, whether sure lose or sure win. But we will find out definitely as we head into Haven. Eto na, may nahanap na akong pan. Haven by your side. Daks Ling. Corny na, bye. Okay, Gassers, go on.
Ay, namamas ko po mga corny tita dyan. Thank you to our lovely host yet again. And Merry Christmas, guys. It's a week away from Christmas. Ito na yung legendary costume change in the middle of GGEZ. Parang last time naman lang ginawa natin yun ng Halloween. Ngayon Christmas time, Daks and Ling back to the action, semifinals time. And when you look at this time, parang nalang choir sila eh. Parang nagamamas ko nga sila because the way these teams have worked together so far, it's just absolute chemistry. It's absolute harmony between these two teams so far.
Well, absolute harmony. You're definitely going to be seeing them work away around each other. And of course, naman, slowly building out that synergy para sa mga lineups natin ngayong gabi. It's not just going to be playing against people that are going to be up to their level because it's a completely different type of competition. It's not just going to be purely for that win. It's mostly them playing this out still for fun, but then again, it's still 25,000 talaga na wag nating kakalimutan. That's still gonna be at stake. Makikita natin dito that both teams are still gonna be sticking that one out for comfort picks. I might have to say, of course, for the likes here ng defending side, makita natin there are two players repping all the way from Team Affinity Esports, which could actually be a huge edge given that there could be some sort of a build up here that could not definitely have been taken in for the duos.
And you know what is going to be the duos here? Duo Duelist, Dual Sentinel yet again for Team 2. They're playing their namesake talaga. They come in twos as much as possible. Mikasi, of course, going to be on that solo control para sa smokes. In the meantime, for Team Sherwin, you got Ching going to be playing that Race Wild Oreo on the Jet. And Savik going to be playing the Reyna. So triple Duelist. At si Humi, lineup god na naman, playing that Sova. Kachao on the Omen. The battle of the females here between the control right now. Puro lang sa smoke sila. At tingnan natin kung makakatago-tago sila dito, makaka-sneaky plays, but it's gonna be interesting because it's Sherwin. It's all about killing Sherwin away with the assault, and on the seaside they go.
I mean, on to C-side, they're going to be going in for the burst play, and of course, have to even deal with Raph here. There's going to be going in for the burst with the classic. And again, he's immediately zoned out by this boom ball. There we have it. Isang mabilisang swarm na makikita natin coming up from the attacking. And they have full control on towards the side. And we are definitely going to be seeing Paintles coming into play now, making sure that no one is going to be pugging on towards that smoke. But a straight up approach coming out from the aim duels here. Of course, start to even apply more pressure para sa side ng attacking to even have a little bit more time. Lesser time may have to even play with na para sa side nila. Brenjing getting 3 on the board so far, and mukhang isa na lang isang mabilisan na matitira and be deleted almost immediately coming out from these chat.
And here we go. Eto na, ladies and gentlemen. It's a battle of the absolute offense versus the absolute defense. It really will have to be the stall game here from Rafi as well as Manila to try and hold the lines. Pero ang problema talaga, kung mapitas sila kagad, mahihirapan sila maka-retake if ever. They don't have much of that tower if they aren't able to stay onto the side. Katingnan natin kung kaya nga ng Team Sherwin mag-overrun sa mga kalaban nila. Looking at these rosters though, ito na naman tayo. The Savik will pop off, but Ching, he's gotten the hot hand and he is taking this duelist role because he knows he has been getting kill after kill after kill so far nung round number 1.
Which is something talaga na like that they really have to do, given that their agent composition is mostly going to be revolving around that huge gunplates. I might have to say the frags that they definitely have to be able to deliver for the side ng attacking. But for the side of Team Sherwin, makikita natin not really quite sure on how much map control, on how much they've lost. I might have to say that given that they are going to be inclining more on towards it A side push, not exactly a huge side they could actually take, given that there's going to be two people rather who's going to be playing in for the side. Killjoy already with the flank here, goes with the backstab. That's gonna be Rafi, and of course, quite an unsuccessful effort na galing para sa kanya, but still a good way to go to even get further information on towards his A side execute.
Sayang na lang, diba? Naka-backstab ka na pero hindi mo pa mapatay. Pero ito na si Version. Sa harap lang kagad. Papasabugin yung Sova dyan. And now it's gonna be a second one there. No peek onto the short angle. They don't even bother with Version and they will pay the price for it. Still, Mikasi gonna get on the board. Ching and Savik getting the kills that they need. Malapitan para Mikasi to make it 1v1. But Ching with the Vandal there to get that takedown. Team Sherwin sure may be able to win it out. But that was very costly. That's the Team 2.
Costly indeed, given that they had so much credits invested on for that SMG upgrades. I mean, it was supposed to be a sure win para sa kanila, but still, a win is still a win para sa team na to. And this is basically the best thing that they could go to even try to even further have that lead on towards this game. But for the side of 2, I mean, you definitely see the effort there. You definitely see the intention there. Now they definitely have the idea on how to even deal with this full-on A-side, full-on executes na ginagawa nila. I mean, there's like little to nothing that they could actually play around it, especially on towards the kid. And the most that Team Sherwin could actually do is play around each other, play in for trades, and of course, play a lot more than they should, because AG Version is going to be putting them out on a numbers disadvantage already early point of this game.
Version with a hot start there, getting 2 pickups, and this is someone you can really rely on. Eye on the sky and eye on the prize. Version able to make it happen, but it's 5v3. Still gonna be a chance here for sure to try and go for it first. Mukhang sakto lang talaga peek ni Version dyan. Through the smoke, still gets that takedown through, well, that small little crevice between the door and the smoke rather. But Ching right now gonna be knowing what's coming, sees them on the other side, and the same trick won't work twice there for Version to allow Sherwin at the very least to move over to the A side. For nasa high ground na kagad ang isa, it has to be Kachao going for the kills. Ching though gonna get the thing there and gets the headshot onto Vanilla. Showstopper doesn't get too much so far. At baka ito ng time para sa Sherwin i-plant ng spike na to kasi palapit na ang Team 2 ngayon.
I mean, palapit though, but nakikita natin ang pain shots to even buy them enough time para sa situation na to. Wrenching doing all the frags in this game, getting 4, possibly the ace. There goes the pain shots na matatapon niya. They actually go in for the double kill, make this completely in their favor. Kachao, good thing that she's gonna be there to go in for the quick trade. And Sherwin already on a 0-3 para sa standing nila. Pretty solid setup, given that they already had only 2 people on towards that game. I mean, that was something that they definitely even prevailed on and prevailed over, and it definitely goes to show talaga on what individual that they are gonna be fully capable of.
And when you let Ching loose, he can just go ham and get those kills. 9 kills na para sa ating race ngayon. And he just answers the clutch different version with his own kind of clutch and won out the round because of that. Even though he felt Kachao able to get a refrag, and Team Sherwin really looking as sure as possible to play the namesake and more precipitation. Mukhang linabas na kagad ang reaction niya dyan. Wild Oreo getting taken down. This cookie gonna crumble there. Fission though, seeing Vanilla set up that wall. At ang plano ngayon ng Team 2 is to make Team Sherwin make a decision to go on the A or C. But Kachao catching up with Cassie there. It's gonna be a 4v4, and para sa side ng attacking dito, basta isang mapitas sila, mas madalian sila makahanap na parang makalusot dito sa side. Already onto the platform is the race. Ching just going ham and getting another takedown. It's really just Ching getting the thing so far, getting the advantage, and Team Sherwin getting the spike down again. Kachao getting one more. First version. Ngayon he'll get his revenge to catch out Ching with that Marshall.
with the positionings that I'm currently seeing coming out here from the side of Team Sherwin, they could definitely been able to at least cut out more rotations coming out from the side of Team 2. But then again, they are playing this one really cautiously, going for the backline post-plan situations. And of course, naman, try to at least not have any further point of aggression that's going to be completely unnecessary with the situation. They only have a Sheriff and of course the Marshal coming out from AG version. Not much you can actually play around with, but of course the shots are not going to be able to connect this time around because Kachao having out that timely push para sa kanya to even shut down more players coming out from Team 2 from that retake.
Yan mo, may bagong mode sa Valorant. It's a snowball fight, but right now we're seeing Sherwin snowball out of control with this 4-round lead. It is gonna be a week before Christmas, but right now we're seeing the present here from Team Sherwin present themselves and get as many kills as they can. 10-2 packaging. Pachao with a 5-1 scoreline as well. These two, the survivors, these two are really keeping this game. 75% ng kills dahil lang sa dalawang yan. And you know, for Team Sherwin, if they're feeling that confident with only 2 players, what else can they do with a full roster? But Version, he says it's time for the call again. Ilabas na niya yung Version signal kasi ito na yung operator. And this might be the win into the sides of Team 2. Can he be a superhero here for Team 2? Kasi kinakailangan talaga nila yung picks ngayon ni Version.
I mean, they definitely have to even play around that. You definitely see how much of an execute that definitely are going to be able to pull off, given that they are going to be putting that one out still. And of course, have been playing a huge factor on towards the game plan. But Sherwin, once again, A-side execute. Good way to go, but Version still has the opportunity. A single target at a time is going to be limiting themselves on towards this narrow passageway, which is going to be CT entrance. But completely doable for this team. They have definitely got that info coming out from the ultimate. And again, for the side of Team 2, you definitely see them not exactly going to be baiting each other out coming out from this push. There we have it. There goes Serena getting 3 on the board so far, and of course completely denying anyone who's going to be pushing all the way from CT entrance. Savic doing a lot of work for the team. Now it's left for the hands, the AG version to even play out this clutch. He's down to 31 AG. Might actually try to decide to save out this operator plays, but he's going in for the quick flick. Pulls out the classic, but of course it's not going to be enough still para sa side nila.
Too many to handle, and Team Sherwin hunting that operator down and getting rid of Version, but Version taking names, bringing them down to hell with him, and a great effort there para sa Team 2, pero hindi pa rin nila magawa ang kinakailangan nila. And this is just bodes really, really badly for Team 2 right now. Running that double sentinel composition, sabi nga natin, diba? We expect a lot of good things them on the defense, but they're just getting picked off right now. They're just not able to really go ham against the full force of Team Sherwin right now. And this is looking really, really good para sa triple duelist composition natin. Mapapatigil ba ng Team 2 ang Sherwin ngayon? Because it might snowball out of control talaga by this point. And it is just gonna be Fission holding on to the Sheriff. He wanted a better gift for Christmas, but he has to deal with his hand-me-down. And right here, right now, it's all about the defense on the C side. Pero ito na si Wild Oreo. Umpisa pa lang, gets that pick off. Version with the Blade Storm ready. But Ching gonna get a wall bang headshot there. Now it's time for Version to try and contest. But that's just too much to handle. Ching showstopper time. Naghahanap kung sino magpapakita dito sa link. Biglang back off muna yan. Siya siya makakatira dyan. So may defense side niya trinay. Pero mukhang walang matatamaan. First spike planted dito para sa Sherwin. And Version na answers the kill on the Savic.
Well, this is gonna be a favorable situation talaga para magagaling dito sa side ng Team 2. They have the Sage Res that could come into play once you actually secure the frag happening here on towards the side. But unfortunately, that wouldn't even happen at any point in time given that Ching has already done wonders for the team. 0-6 already. And ito talaga nakikita natin for this matchup still because it's not just basically the double sentinel lineup na like double sentinel agent composition rather coming out from Team 2. It's basically the approach ng Team Sherwin to even counter this one at literally not giving any point of time ng mga sentinels to even work their way around the site or even make their setups completely appropriate for the situation. Nakita mo na hindi nila talaga nagagamit and of course made use out of anything as of yet so far kasi definitely see for the side of Team Sherwin they are fully adjusting on whatever the positionings that are gonna be having para sa mga Sage and of course para sa Killjoy na ito.
And it's just ridiculous right now because Team Sherwin, they say, you know, sabi namin ang pangalan namin Team Sherwin for good reason. And they're just making this as sure as possible. It really feels like yung kryptonite ngayon ng Team 2, yung Team Sherwin sa pinapakita natin. And we talked about a while ago that these two teams are the biggest examples of them gelling kasi they understand that this is the playstyle they want to play and they work with it. But at the same time ngayon, na-overrun na nagtaga ng Team Sherwin ang kinakailangan ng Team 2. Team 2 unable to play the zone game, unable to play the whole game. team. It's Version trying his best to get the kills with this operator right now and blows up the face of the Sova there. Humi going back to the spawn later on rather. Rafi in the meantime with a takedown on Ching. And Team 2 at the very least getting these kills. Pero yun pa rin eh. Unrelenting dito. Walang tigil-tigil. Walang paraan para makahinga para sa Team 2. Kasi kahit lugi ang Sherwin, lusob pa rin sila lusob. Mikasi though getting the angle on the Wild Oreo. And it now boils down to the Omen to try and figure something out.
I mean, he could definitely do a lot more than he should, given that he already
30
has his
seconds
spike.
left.
Could definitely go and make a run for it on towards B side or possibly C. But then again, he still has to deal with Rafi, who's gonna be immediately eliminated coming out from that headshot. Of course, Vision, Mikasi, two affinity players gonna be playing out for the duo team to make this retake completely possible for them. But Kachao is making this happen for the team. Can he go in to make sure that there's any point in time makakapag-agaw sila ng round? It's an Omen against Omen action. Mikasi versus Kachao. Ang nakikita natin dito, Kachao compromising her precision. Quite unfortunate. Missing out that shot. But still, a win finally coming out from the side of the defending.
That was almost a clutch there from Kachao. Sayang na lang napakita niya yung position niya. And she had the angle there, but unfortunately, Mikasi able to back off in time and get the kill as soon as she knew where the other Omen was. A great player from Mikasi to finally give Team 2 on the board. But Kachao putting up an amazing fight in that round. At yun talaga yun, pinaghirapan pa ng Team 2 para lang manalo. Team Sherwin gonna write it up saying, "Oy, sayang naman, pero kayang-kaya pa rin natin manalo dito." And with a Blaze Storm online, they might be able to go for the quick kills yet again. As we mentioned, Ling, puro na lang dito sa Team Sherwin, lusob lang ng lusob. And the problem with that is for Team 2, they're really unable to utilize the killjoy in the stage to maximum efficiency. It's not gonna be the resist and the lockdowns done for free, done pretty easily. It is just them losing out in terms of the site. And with Wild Oreo catching at Vanilla, ito na naman tayo. Kahit may Reska, you cannot resurrect yourself. And Team Sherwin going back to B side, going for it again. Rafi though at least catching out Savik there. Very into the back line we go with a Jet, and Rafi has to back on out as that is gonna be Kachao getting two.
I mean, look at the space right now na nagagawa ng mga duelists natin dito on towards this game. They have to finally aggress on towards the side, and of course, finally gonna be able to get frags along the way with this. And of course, Team Sherwin just gonna be running over anyone right now. Kahit sabihin mo B side, A side, ang dali nilang kukunin, and they made side takes look so easily, especially when they're gonna be up against a team like 2, which most of which talaga our players are mostly coming up from the competitive scene. But then again, they still try to make sure that that isn't really something. They really have to make sure that it's gonna be a sure win para sa side nila, and they are not gonna be letting anyone be disappointed with the expectation that they've set up for the audience.
And it's incredible here for Team Sherwin because they are just really looking to dominate the competition and make it to the grand final. Sabi na speed lang para lang makaabot na sa finals na best of 3 action later on, but we are not done yet. Kachao though looking pretty done already with this game. Now, she lost at the clutch a while ago, and suddenly something absolutely clicking for Kachao. Mga triple kill na nga si Kachao dito. Tatalikod, trying to hold the line, but here comes Savik looking to help on out. Gets rid of the Sage first and foremost. With Kachao though, 5 HP and a Dream. Biglang patakbo-takbo na ang ating Jet ngayon, and just calling for the action, looking for someone to take down. But Ching is there to get rid of Version. And Team Sherwin, doesn't matter who's the one popping off, they're all working together to do it and more. But still, an overwhelming kill total dahil kay Ching at kay Kachao.
Man, I mean, based on how they're going to be playing on towards attacking, you would definitely expect the same type of behavior here on towards, especially on towards the defending side. Kasi I've seen this happen on towards the board, especially sa lineup na ginagawa ni Dubstep, who are basically pogging their way out of the side and basically making the fights happen, forcing every type of contest, forcing any type of a duel to even point out on towards this game, to even make early pickings happen on towards this game. But then again, they are going to be making this a little bit more quicker. We're just going in for the A side take once again, making sure that the controllers for can be up to full use and further isolate the side. Not really sure giving anyone on towards that visual information they could definitely get out of the game.
And Team Sherwin, they're doing it again. 3 kills na kaagad para dito 4v2 scenario. And Vanilla gonna be the only one surviving. And suddenly, that's a rain up beside him. Here we go with the shots. Vanilla though gonna be able to get a double dip there. At mukhang makakadalawa siya at makakares pa nga siya dito. Perfect timing though to go for the lockdown. blast back gonna be in the way. And for Team Sherwin, they're backing on up. Pero baka maliging delikado to kung kumama nga yung lockdown ngayon. But never mind. It's Rappy going for the push instead. Catches out one before he falls in the hand of Humi. 1v1. And Vanilla gonna be a new flavor of success para sa Team 2. But does he have enough time to get the defuse? Seems like that's in the case. And it's pretty cool here para sa Team 2.
Well, it's gonna be all good para kay Vanilla. He prevailed over everyone else and definitely made sure that he's gonna be the superior flavor and of course not gonna be anyone's favorite para sa side ng Team Sherwin. Given that it definitely had that bitter aftertaste after losing out that run. But still, parang mahirap talaga magiging kabate para sa side dito ng Atake because they definitely have that lead. But of course naman, anything could still happen on towards this game. A huge underperformance here there by basically anyone inside their line could definitely be a huge factor that could actually propel away the victory para sa side and Team 2 given how the round actually played out coming up from the previous one.
An incredible clutch there by John to get the res and allow them to get that win. Team 2 now gonna finally play their namesake. Makadalawang point nga sila dito at kitang-kita talaga hindi mo kailangan ng pro player para clutch doon. Anyone can make it here happen in the GGEZ All-Star Invitational and we make sure that everyone here does really play this Valorant game in such a high level. Kitang-kita pa lang ng mga teams natin well-balanced and doing all they can and more to at the very least get the synergies up and running from the first round. But right here, right now, ang Team Sherwin na-impose na talaga kinakailangan nila gawin. At yun yung problema dito para sa Team 2 ngayon on this defense on Haven. They lose one member, their weaknesses are gonna get exposed. Not only will they be forced to rotate away from a site that they set up on, but at the same time, mas stretch din na naman bigla ang setup ngayon. They're not gonna have the speed to actually rotate quickly besides that shit right now, and it really just allows Team Sherwin to set up easily and go over to the A site and play the aggression even more so.
I mean, the retake is still gonna be doable. Kahit makawa nila ang A site na ito, there goes Hunter's Fury to even cancel it out. Of course, makikita talaga natin dito, Team Sherwin is not gonna be putting the odds back on towards his favor para sa side ng Team 2. With this retake, aggressive play coming out from the Omen, we definitely have to see Mikasi. More of that play on towards A-Long, possibly the flick on towards one more. 3 kills para sa kanya so far, and it's all left in the hands of the Reina, who's gonna be playing out for clutch. But Mikasi, better than before. He has definitely carried it out, that team coming up from the retake, and a beautiful play coming out, I might say, coming up from her alone.
Cassie, she's done it again. Impressive on the shots, getting that second frag position just right behind Version. At ito na naman tayo, ito sa Team 2. It takes 2 to tango, it takes 2 to duel, and that second chance again for Team 2 to go for the clutch. It happens here and now. Vanilla though, an amazing amount of assists even after all the kills that he got from that clutch round. Version, still someone you can rely on, and it really boils down to Team 2 having these heroes right here, right now against Team Sherwin to stop the push, but we're not done yet. Last run para sa attack dito ng Team Sherwin. At ito si Wild Oreo. Mukhang gusto niya nga mag-double deck dito at double dip into C side. We'll see if he can stuff the opposition with some nice vision in the meantime. Gonna be into the window. Sabi ng Team 2, sige, let's just hold on pretty standardly. Team Sherwin scatting around to find the pickoff at mukhang mahanap silang opening, dun sila pupunta.
Where they're basically just baiting out the rotations here. You definitely see on towards the behavior in Team Sherwin that they are going to be falling on and being able to condition Team 2 na alam talaga that they're going in for those not exactly the last minute executes, but the full-on executes on towards early parts of the matchup. But makikita natin dito, they are not going to be putting the same type of course on towards the menu here. They're definitely serving different type of looks here on towards this game. Of course, Vanilla might actually have an idea, but Kachao's still going to be able to at least find out that headshot in between the eyes. Vision might actually not going to be able to have that quick answer back. But of course, AG should even shut down the streak na nagaling para Kachao. But still, the damage has to be done. We're going to be down to 3 players left para sa side ng Team 2. And Sherwin is going to be planning on towards this A-side take once again.
Yeah, Sherwin going back to A-side. Parang jump pa si Raf, makakatalawa suddenly. And here we go with Team 2 getting a pair of kills yet again. But Wild Oreo with a nice at mukhang ito na tayo. Have you ever seen a list on YouTube? Because this might be the top 10 anime battles happening here. Version though dashes to the side. Humi able to get a refrag. But Mikasi, the lone survivor yet again. This time she's going to be able to clean up that last kill at Parsa Team 2. They're going to be able to turn off the lives on this defense. But at the very least, nakita natin may shining hope pa sa kanila para manalo. Mikasi also with that confidence getting on top of that Vandal, and you already know na kinakaya pa ng Team 2 dito. Mukhang humahanap sila ng comeback ngayon.
Well, kayang-kaya nga naman nila given how much plays that they're definitely going to be putting out so far. They're giving up performance, but it's quite unusual for you to even see that Arena completely underperforming, especially here on towards this game. Vision sending this one out on a completely not really good statistics as of the moment, but still here on towards the attacking side, he has a great way to even redeem himself once again. But for sure, he really has to make those openings happen. He really has to make sure that this double duelist setup is going to be a good way to go to even counter out Team Sherwin, who is going to be forcing out all of those duels to even happen. A side completely open, and this is going to be a gamble that Team Sherwin is going to be taking.
And Savic gonna be starting things off strong though for Team Sherwin. Yun nga sasabi natin, diba? Aggressive defense can be possibility, especially pag triple duel is nalaro mo. At ito na kagad, bigla malapitan lang para kay Kachao. Actually getting that takedown, but here comes the Cassie and Fission getting some blows. Affinity Men, Affinity Ladies, both of them representing right here, right now. Wild Oreo inversion though, getting the pickouts there. Savic inversion right now, gonna be going for the trades yet again. At naging 1v1 na lang, parang palagi na lang pair of kills happening every single time. In the end though, it's up to Team 2 on that jet to dictate where they're gonna play. Version gonna be looking to fake that spike though, and here comes Savic. Shots immediately coming, frenzy in hand. Who can get headshot first? It's gonna be Savic with just such good aim there. And triple kill para sa ating Reyna. That overheal really helping on that as well. And Savic looking absolutely savage when he is just left to his own devices.
I mean, he could have just gone for the objectives. Not only would he get extra carries given given in that situation or given in that scenario, might have to say parang the fact that he definitely put out those unnecessary duels na kung saan hindi na pa favorable ang angle niya, it was just a risk that he was willing to take. It definitely has to even play out those consequences still on towards this game. Sherwin is going to be leading up to 5 points already, and you definitely see how confident they currently are. Even they're going to be playing on towards aggressive stance, on towards the defensive side. But then again, there's literally no answer back still coming out here. Cassie's going to be playing around things with the classic. Good thing there's going to be a quick backup. Version with a 1D, you might have to say, against Oreo, leading him off the map. Of course, Reyna, quick backup na naman dito. Savic with the Phantom could actually put himself in a really risky position here. Of course, that's going to be a 3-on-1 action, and he had little to no chances to even stand one out.
Yeah, Team 2 getting the advantage there. And Wild Oreo sabi niya, guys, wala kayong nakita. I didn't miss the stinger that many times. You know, it happens to the best of them. And when you scope in with the ADS, magulat ka lang bigla. It is a burst fire. Happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. But from now, we are really seeing for Team 2, they have an opportunity to move on to the site. Version just getting the kills here and there as well. Blade Storm now available para sa kanya. Humi daw in the meantime, pasok siya dito sa sewers. Hinap ng baril muna ngayon. For Pablo ni Kachao, sige, rotate time. But for Team 2, it's all about the setup. And Version getting 4 so far. One more to go for the ace. And it is really looking to be para sa Team 2. Kumakomeback sila dito sa run na ito para lang makatapat sa kalaban nila.
Man, it's just quite unfortunate. Definitely use the heal on itself. Definitely gonna be something that kailangan talaga i-invest. But given that Version is gonna be completely low on HP. But for the side here ng Sherwin, I've seen Kachao do all and pull off a lot of clutches during her lifetime. But then again, with the Bucky, I mean, it's almost completely undoable. But she might actually decide to at least go in for the exit drag. That's the most that she could actually do. But of course, saving out 1,000 credits only for this game is not exactly an ideal situation given that Team Sherwin hasn't even given much of a lead, or rather haven't given enough momentum on towards the second half.
And there you go, Team 2 taking the win. And it seems like the attacking side of Team 2 right now looking a bit better than the defense. They do make that round work on taking it away from Team Sherwin. And this is going to be a good advantage para sa Team 2 para na lang makahabol ngayon. Like we said before, coming into the half, they've really shown that they can put up a fight against Team Sherwin after the initial snowball galing sa kanya. And it really feels like that they are just going to be looking to dash through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh and at the same time try to go for more and more of these points. Kasi ngayon, Team Sherwin ang mapapasave dito. May Spectre Vido para kay Kachao, full armor din. Tingnan nga natin kung makakapalag dito ang Team Sherwin. Baka magulat lang Team 2 sa setup na defense. Pero syempre si Version, hawak-hawak na naman yung operator para may tiwala at para na lang makapitas from afar.
I mean, you've definitely seen this man play a player with his 5-man team na talaga on how efficient he actually is with that weapon, but on a different setting and of course on a completely different lineup. I want to see how he's gonna be able to stand out just for his individual skill. But again, para sa side dito ng Team 2 na kung saan nangangapa pa rin sila para sa ginagawa dito ng Team Shred, they definitely know that they have little to no economy to actually play around with, or having no guns to actually able to invest on, but still they're playing this one out slowly but surely para sa side nila, making sure that there isn't going to be any point of time that they are going to be committing any errors here that would definitely lose them one more round to go.
And there we go. It is gonna be Kachao now with the surprise there. That's what we were talking about. Bigla na lang may kit yung Omen dito. At mag-spray down siya muna. Pero mukhang hindi tama masyadong bala para lang makapitas. Instead, it is gonna be the Reynas getting 1 kill apiece. Turret though gonna be in the way. Team 2 as Momoy backing on out. Mapapabalik ka talaga dahil sa Team 2 ngayon. It is just gonna be them trying to make that operator count. Vanilla holding on to the investment there a while ago from Version. And it's all about the scramble over the A side. Naghahabol dito. Nagbabantay si Ching. Unfortunately, yung counter shot niya hindi tatama dyan. At ito na talaga ang Team 2 palapit na palapit dito sa A-side. Kung mahuli daw yung Sage ngayon, it's gonna be a big opportunity. Swing comes and Savic gonna fall on down. The chase is on. The race is there. Kachao gonna be at the very least getting a better gun right here, right now. I think that's actually a Spectre as well. And para sa Team 2, nagmarathon sila para makatakbo at umabot ng A-side. What a run that was!
Was it not a Vandal a while ago? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, he still has a Spectre. Are you kidding me? Three Spectre pickups in a row? That's just quite unfortunate for you. First, it's not exactly the best day for her to even play out this game. Literally no pickup along the way. And of course, while we're even talking, we actually see Mikasi already with the flank. She could actually go in with a quick lurk here, and we might actually get this Omen completely off guard. But Kachao definitely gonna be he's gonna be taking his death for the just right in front of everyone's eyes here. Because the 1,000 credits is not exactly the greatest of points talaga for them to actually win back their economy para sa larong to.
They just went all the way to A side. What a scramble that was. And what we saw here from Team 2 also is naintindihan nila kung saan naka-station talaga ang Team Sherwin. They were able to hold on to the lobby entrance in the first place. At sayang na lang, kung napitas lang ni Ching yung isa, that could have been a win there for Team Sherwin in terms of time. But apparently, that was time for Team 2 to make it nice and do it twice, get another win on the board. At ito talaga, umahabol dito ang Team 2. In-expect talaga natin na mas mahirapan ngayon ang Team 2 dahil sa the composition nila on that double sentinel, but at the same time ang Sherwin naman, they're not gonna have the stay power that they would like. We see the scramble for good reason because in terms of the hold onto the site, it's gonna be difficult for Team Sherwin. Tatlong dulis sinalaro nila, naghahanap silang pitas at biglang mawawala na kagad dito si Savic because Rafi gets that takedown and Team 2 looking to overrun again and do the same thing with the amount of bodies they have.
Well, you definitely know the Team 2 definitely they definitely are been heavily familiar with on how triple agent duelists, triple agent composition are definitely going to be going here, especially when they're playing on towards defensive side. Na ginagawa nilang attacking, forcing out those frags to even happen. And this is where we actually going to be seeing the attacking side making an effort so far on punishing them rather for those type of plays. And of course, dealing with that problem still and being able to shut them down any further and making sure that they're going to be quite limited in terms of how they're going to be playing out the game, puts everyone in a tight spot here para sa side in defending. There's nothing much that you could do to actually stall out the side. They have invested so much on towards his stalling, and para sa nakita natin dito, the Ching is gonna be putting out much of a play here with the judge tracking everyone down, but still, it's all left in the hands on one to even play out this 1v3 with the Omen being low on HP.
And for Team 2, all they need are bodies talaga, Ling. As soon as they have the numbers, they're able to overrun Team Sherwin. And it seems like the buffer made para sa Team Sherwin is just not gonna be enough so far. 7-9, 2 points na lang agwa dito. And Team 2 just coming in pairs, coming in with the setup there, with the smokes, and just doing it as quickly as possible when they see their eye on the prize. Mukhang sinasayang nila ginawa dito ng Team Sherwin because from this point in time, it really feels like the struggle onto holding out the sites has been the biggest game changer so far nung nagkapalitan ang sides natin.
Money, it's just gonna be boiling down to how much they've been losing on towards this game, on towards early parts of the runs now. That this has been, I might have to say, completely necessary. They've been forcing out so much on towards these games, forcing out so much the frags to even happen. But still, Wild Oreo could actually make something out of this situation. He definitely got that initial frag, and of course counter opening, I might have to say, coming out from the side of Team 2. But of course that effort could actually be fully utilized upon once we actually getting a huge follow-up here. But then again, that's huge answer back conversion dito. Throwing out the blade storm, of course, getting a frag along the way. What Oreo with a quick refrag, I might have to say, para sa kanila. But B side and A side completely open for the attacking side to even take.
Wild Warrior, though, just that Blaze Storm getting maximum value, and he is just being as efficient as can be with the knives being thrown on out. Para sa Team Sherwin, though, they're concentrating a bit onto the C side, exposing that A angle, and onto the A side does Team 2 go on. Dalawa na lang sa kanila ang natitira ngayon. Savic watching out on long, but here's that spike. Turn around para lang makapalag, pero hindi pa rin enough because Vision had the initial angle, and that split second difference is all the Reyna needed for Team 2 to make it a 2v2 scoreline. And this time though, it's high time for Fisher to watch out for A-Long. Si Humiakit muna dito. Si Wild Oreo naghanap ng target, 34 HP. If that turret gets the lock on onto him, it's gonna be packing quite a big punch. Fake kagad dito Kaliki version. He has the overheal into play. And time is everything for Rappy because he ties it right to peek up on top. Pahulog na si Wild Oreo. Biglang makakrumble na naman ang ating cookie dyan. And Team 2 is almost there at equalizing this game.
I mean, they're just literally a point away. There's the lead fading away para sa side of Team Sherwin. And it's quite unfortunate to even witness a team like this completely unable to, completely not going to be able to at least put out a fight here, especially when they're playing against, when they're playing once again on towards the defending side. They have been quite unsuccessful in getting those early picks. And of course, huge follow-up to even further aggress on towards any part of the map. And they could not even regain map control on towards game, which is actually something that they have been losing so much on towards the rounds.
Oh, and Wild Oreo now whipping out the operator. It's time to walk on over, and it's time to see what Wild Oreo can do with that kind of gun. Ito na daw ang ating lockdown galing sa Team 2. Gusto na makahanap na deny if ever. Mikasi taking a very forward angle here onto the hell side. And Vanilla even go for the resurrection. Miguel ilalabas na nga ng Team 2 ang lahat para lang ma-tie up ng scoreline nito. They also put down that spike, and now it is gonna be a ball on the court of Team Sherwin to try and execute. Nanoswarm though, gonna go for the zone and gonna be getting a bit of the burn there. Kachao in the meantime, at the very least, looking on around, sees the killjoy setting on up, does get the kill, pero mukhang 10 HP na para kay Kachao dito. Still 5 guns better than 4. Here comes Vision at the front. Yung lineup padali lang para sa Team 2 dito. 3v2, drop down right now for Wild Oreo, but he will fall. At since wala ng HP si Kachao doon, hindi siya maka-drop down. Pusak na lang galing sa connector, pero hindi pa yun sulit enough. Team 2 has made it happen here, Lig. We are all tied up in this game.
I mean, what the heck was that? Fishing was just basically skipping his way on toward the side. A quick dismiss to finally disengage himself from the situation. But then again, it was really a huge bait and switch setup na ginagawa nila for that postman, which made it completely solid. But looking at the scoreboard right now, 2 has finally tied out the scoreline. And kung makikita natin, Team Sherwin, not really sure whatever they'll be doing at this point. Team that they're going to be spending whatever they can to even gain back the lead, and of course could possibly have a response with the consecutive rounds that Team 2 has definitely going to be winning on.
And here we are going to be seeing Team 2 looking to take this ball and run away with it. All they want to do right now is get this lead and keep up the momentum to take the win and move on to the Grand Finals. Isa lang nakaka-move on para sa Grand Finals para lang may chance manalo ng 25k prize pool na yan. At mo sabing ito na nga, aggressive angles yet again. And for Team Sherwin, the problem right now is for Team 2, they know how to play so very defensively even on the attacking side. Kitang-kita natin yung mga pwesto dito ng Team 2 para sa punish, but this punishment gonna be coming to the face-off version. Suddenly the back of his head gonna get cracked down by the frenzy there. Wild Oreo with a backstab, gonna have the battle at hand. At mga iniintay niya dito kung sino man mga lapit, Shingo blows up Rafi along the way. At sa Team Sherwin ngayon, nakakapata sila, nakahalap sila ng mga tao mapapatay. Fish though catching out Wild Oreo there, but it's still the advantage for Team Sherwin. And this spike now gonna get taken by Fish and try to fake it out, but no dice, no peek whatsoever however, as of yet, eventually though, that's the Omen for Kachao. Getting spotted, 2v2 ngayon, at yung patience game dito para sa Team 2, yung talaga nakakatulong sa kanila sa mga situation na ganito.
They've been quite patient, of course, quite smart to bait out these plans to even happen. There goes Serena. Quick entry on towards the side, I might have to say. Looking more as a 1v1 situation here. Ching versus Vanilla action. Sage against Raze. Of course, they are going to be trying to bait this one out once again. And Team 2 with that triple bait. What was that? Vision did it again, but of course, Vanilla can do the same thing as well, delivering the same amount of performance and the same amount of effort for the attacking side to snatch away the lead and could possibly snatch away this win and the map.
Oh my god, Team 2 on a roll. At kanina nakita natin streak to guys sa Team Sherwin. Ngayon, Team 2 na ang gumagawa ngayon. And it is just a big exploitation of what we have been seeing so far. Kitang-kita talaga na bigla na lang na hanap na paraan ng Team 2 ma-exploit yung mga sineset up dito ng Team Sherwin. They've gotten the punishes, they've gotten the angles, and multiple times they're able to go for the push if ever. But in any case, ito na ang Team 2. Naghahanap-hanap na naman kung sino man tutulak. Team Sherwin gonna be holding on instead. And this more reserved playstyle, not gonna suit the composition, but it might be the change that Team Sherwin needs to do to try and survive. Will it work out though? That's the question. Kasi si Baldorio, nagpapatay sa ilong. Baka ito na nga bigla na lang. Kachao, maybe trying to peek from the double doors, and we hear operators singing to the distance. Mukhang magiging sniper duel nga ito, pero Wild Oreo, una makakapitas na kagad kay Vision dyan.
I mean, you definitely aren't going to be seeing the same amount of confidence on taking out the tools that they definitely need coming out from this composition. But still, it's going to be a good way to go to change up the pace and finally not exactly dance to this type of beat na ginagawa sa kanilang Team 2 because they are already up to down numbers in the disadvantage already, making it a 3v5 while already doing wonders with the long-range battles. Of course, the operator that's definitely going to be coming into play para sa kanila that has been able to change things up a little bit and possibly have this huge win and of course take away the consecutive rounds that they've been losing.
And this really goes to show that this is going to be finally time for Team Sherwin to play a bit more classical. Nakita natin yung aggressive defense na shutdown ng defensive offense. And for now, it is going to be high time to see if this can be Team Sherwin playing it slow and steady. They're having the time advantage. 10 seconds na kinakailangan dito na Team 2. Bigla lang si Wilder. Mapipitas si Rafi. That spike gonna get dropped. Here comes Mikasa though. Going half, getting the kills. Chin gonna be backing on the way. At mga sabi nga ng Team Sherwin, respect the competition. Go on back, win the round, and take it from there.
And tying it out once again. Good answer back coming up from Team Sherwin. That huge change of pace was definitely something that they fully utilized on. And of course, para sa side ng Team 2, they were quite unready for this type of play na nakikita natin coming up from the defending side since they've been so conditioned to even see a triple duelist further aggress on towards any part of the map, which is something that they did not exactly see. The operator is still going to be doing wonders on towards this game na kung saan Wild Oreo didn't really have to peek so much on towards this map, or at least someone put himself in a really risky spot and possibly gonna be able to at least play himself out for the trade from basically anyone here. He's playing this one really backline defense, and again for the side of Team Sherwin, they are gonna be playing this one out so far and not exactly gonna be out for a good start still on towards this game.
You know, at the very least, we will see it here from Team 2. Getting that pick off, going for the push. Bladestar muna ngayon. At si Humi, huling-huli, nagka-camera dyan. Huling-huli, nagka-drone dyan. And that's Persian getting the opportunity there. Chigdo in the meantime with a catch on to Rafi. Here we go with the Bladestar also from the other side, I believe. For Hagra muna para kay Ching. Ini-expect niya na may aakyat dito. Pero mukhang yung boom bot, di lang nakababa lang talaga. Minsan mahirap i-roll all around. Wild Oreo now ready to go for the updraft there. Season Angle doesn't get a kill, though he's gonna drop on that pretty safely. But the thing is, in-expend na niya lahat ng mobility niya para lang sa setup na yun. And now he has to go for the shots close range. Gets rid of the Reyna there. Looking for another target. Trying to go for the peak if ever. Rezon comes at a bigla na lang si Version. Magpapakita. Makakadalawa doon. Sulit na sulit pa kay Version. He's trying to go at it again. He gets a third kill. And Team 2 just up by 1. They have taken control in this half. They've gotten the lead and more. And they are 2 away from moving on to the grand finals. What a close game this has been.
Oh my god, comebacks happening on Haven. It's literally just how we are going to be seeing the first few weeks of the Valorant competitive scene. Everyone not exactly choking on 11 this time around, but I really do hope that on the side of Team 2, that this is not going to be the scenario na makita natin. It's a pretty close matchup, zigzagging their way on towards the scoreboard, which is basically enough for us to actually prove talaga that these players want that 25,000 pesos so bad, and of course want to proceed any further on towards the grand finals. Well, finally, there's the confidence we want coming here out from Savic. Initial frags here and there, counter opening on towards Seaside, and of course, naman, we are going to be seeing two fully adjusting around this plan.
You know, the confidence there from Savic and from Team Sherwin has always been there. But the thing about it is Team 2 confident rin maka-shutdown dyan, especially from how they've been setting it up. Big Cassie there again. Kachao right now, just whittling out Rafi with a stinger. At bigla na lang dumating yung kita dito. Humi with the clean hill onto Manila there. Just creeping him with the lightning. There we go with Team Sherwin showing on up. At bigla na lang nasabi na Team Sherwin, yo, screw it, we're gonna go for it again. Puro ng pitas habol na lang nagawa nila dito. Setting it up, knocking it down, especially with that Sova. And Make-A-Wish Link, because we are all tied up again. 2-away na lang para sa pareho nating teams, but it really can go to overtime if both sides can get a point each.
I mean, why is it that every match na nakikita ko almost goes into overtime? I mean, is it just me for today? But this could possibly be the second overtime na makikita natin. But for this time around, it's gonna be two different teams that I haven't really seen that much perform. I mean, then again, for these individual players, they are giving it their all. Nakikita mo on how well they are basically gonna be learning so much from each other, and of course, with each other talaga on games that the other situations are supposed to be dealing with. And of course, they should not even be dealing with this setup here. Nakikita natin coming out from Team Sherwin on towards A-Long, completely giving up control on towards short, which is something talaga that could possibly give Team 2 a faintest idea on how to even deal with its A-side execute. Rafi could actually play out his lockdown, and of course go in for a full A-side execute once again, getting frags along the way. Mikasi, Rafi putting someone on the board, and of course for the side of Team 2, they're left with 4 players still surviving this one for post plan.
At least that's gonna be time right now to go for the TP play. Mikasi looking to put this spike down. The Empress still gonna get popped there by Team Sherwin at mukhang nilalabas na talaga ng lahat para lang manalo dito sa round na to. Pero huling-huli si Ching bigla and Fission right now though gonna have that Leer, and Team 2 at the very least gonna have that 2-man advantage. They're trying to go for the angles yet again. Binabatayan talaga nila yung dulo ng site na to at bigla na lang mapapalik si Savic all the way to the other side. But no, it's not gonna happen. Mikasi unrelenting, and she gets one more kill there. Team 2 now at match point.
Man, match point. And given the side of things, it's just literally nothing for Sherwin that they could afford on towards this game. Looking at the side of things, it's only just a Stinger, it's only just a Shorty, and of course the 2 Vandals that they're supposed to at least preserve and be able to make use out of. I mean, given that in any point in time, they really need to even step up their game to even secure those frags. And of course, be ready for the trades na ginagawa dito ng Team 2. Nakikita mo that they're basically playing around each other so well. Of course, they're playing this on trio, duo, stacks still, na kung saan hindi talaga nila hinahayaan ang Sherwin to even get the lead so early on towards this game with early frags na nakakuha nila on towards the map.
And Team 2 gonna be having that man disadvantage mga sa amin. Team Sherwin, gusto pa rin natin maglaro dito. Gusto pa natin tuloy. Pero suddenly, ito nakagad si Fission. Bigla na lang. But Ching gonna get 2 suddenly. 4 kills na ro para kay Ching. He holds on to Seaside. The spike getting it dropped here into the alley. And now it's all up to Mikasi. In behind though, she's popping off and she's doing it again. Can she play clutch though against the Jet with the blade? Sorry, hindi tatama yung first fire. At sabi ni Mikasi, don't bring a knife to a gunfight kasi mali at tatama talaga. At mukhang ang Omen natin, naghahanap ng angulo. Pero alam na ng Team Sherwin saan magagaling to. Humi though still scouting around. There we go with the duel right now. But that Jet cannot get the takedown. It's 1v1. 40 HP dito para kay Mikasi. Kakayaan niya ba niya ngayon? Humi gonna be creeping on closer. There's still a bit of time. But it's all about opportunities from the shadows though to go for the TP all the way to the spike. And for Mikasi, she's trying to find the angle but no dice whatsoever. It's a game of cat and mouse here, Ling. At mukhang elusive tayo at hindi pa tayo sa may A-side.
Man, she's running a whole lap right now. Baiting out the smoke on towards A. There goes the mind games. Sova might actually not know what's happening here. He's gonna be pushing on towards that angle na makikita niya isang mabilisan. Wall bangs here and there could definitely just still be doable for
10
them.
seconds
But it's only a lot of time pressure that McCassie's putting herself in, forcing this one out on the B side plant. Sherwin being on the fullest of HP. McCassie down to 40. Still gonna be up on towards the battle of the angles. McCassie play this one for the clutch. My God, Team 2 has taken it away.
Team 2 with the victory, and you can just hold up high kasi para sa Team 2, sila pa rin ang magiging number 1 dito sa kabilang side of the bracket. An incredible effort there, exploiting the lack of staying power nung triple duelist nung attack na sila. And Mikasi with a clutch again. When you wish upon a star, well, you're gonna be wishing that Mikasi isn't the win on the other side kasi kayang-kaya ng Team 2 para manalo dun.
Man, 2 clutches coming up from this girl. Someone, please sign this for a mixed team because I honestly think that she deserves a lot more. Carrying out the team, making those making multiple kills happen on towards her, stalling on towards her anchor is definitely going to be huge enough that definitely made this one as a victory for Team 2. My God, Mikasi, you're my ultimate bias. And you know that.
She's popping, and this is the real Mikasi experience. When she is given the opportunity to do it, then you already know that it's such a big sight to see. Pero kitang-kita rin natin na para sa Team 2, they just exploited some of the mistakes there by the other side. Nahanap nila yung paraan para na makapunish on their attacking side, and they were able to play it clutch for multiple times. We saw it from Virgin, we saw it from Vanilla, we saw it from Mikasi, and in all honesty, there was a bit of consistency rin as soon as they figured out on the attack. Kitang-kita natin na nahihirapan talaga yung Team Sherwin para makastay on dun sa mga site mismo, and that was all they needed. They didn't even need to really go for the setup. It was just bodies to the masses, bodies to the site itself, and from that point on, yung naging advantage nila. It didn't matter that it was a big run para sa Team Sherwin kanina because it was just a comeback waiting to happen and impressively done by Team Suling.
Man, comebacks on Haven is nothing new to everyone else here. At any point in time, given that the Valorant scene definitely has that history talaga on how these type of situations, this type of leads, kahit anong makuha mo on towards attacking, on towards defending, could easily be able to turn around, especially sa mga teams na to that would not let anything at this point talaga but to take away ang win, especially when there's a lot at stake right now.
That is that. You know what's going to be at stake? That's 25,000 in the grand finals. So we'll be moving into that one. But before that, we will, of course, toss it over back to our lovely hosts, Laika and Mika.
Thank you so much, Daks and Ling. Ayun, napaka-juicy ng larong yun. Akala ko nga naman may curse etong si Ling na overtime talaga yung mga laban niya. Pero we almost went there, Mika, ha? Buti na lang hindi para makapahinga naman si Ling. Kawawa naman kanina pa eh.
Oo nga, pero it was such a tight match. It really was. You know what? I don't even know how Team 2 was able to make a comeback like that kasi Team Sherwin had the win. I believe it was a 7-1 lead, diba? Early on. Pero ayun, I noticed as the game progressed, yung parang yung may less mistakes coming from both teams until it was neck and neck. Nakita natin, naging 9-9, 10-10, 11-11, 12-12, di ba?
Hindi naman, 11-13 naman tayo.
11-13.
Hindi nila pinaabot. Sabi nila, wag na.
Hindi tayo nag-overtime. Kawawa si Ling.
Kasi alam nila kasi na crucial yung ganun eh. Pag umabot ka sa 12, kailangan tapusin mo na para lahat kayo makapahinga na kasi kung sino man nanalo dito, mag-move on din sa finals. Best of 3 yung finals natin kung hindi ako nagkakamali. So, yung pagod, di ba? Iba yun. So, dapat dito pa lang, pusin na natin para game na agad. Dito tayo sa seryoso ulit. Pero Mika, dito meron talagang mga interesting plays. Nakita mo ba yung yung triple fake plant nila Vanilla sa Haven A site? Ang ganda ng play nila doon.
Ang ganda ng mind games dyan. And syempre, yung Mikasi versus Humi na 1v1 clutch
diba?
na yan na talagang, oh my gosh, saan ba siya pupunta? Ayun, ganun talaga yung sigaw ko habang nanonood.
Napaka-exciting. And speaking of excitement, tingnan natin yung ating mga viewers dito, bigay tayo ng a few shoutout sa ating mga viewers dito kasi alam ko sila na excited. Shoutout na rin of course sa mga all-stars natin na nasa chat katulad na lang ni Josh Pitt, ni Abatman, andito rin si Jonila, si Dubstep, yan, shoutout sa inyo. Andito rin si Mikasi Gigi po, sabi niya. Dami nating viewers ngayon, shoutout sa inyong lahat.
Nandito
ayan,
din ang
Lodi
Affinity
Cakes
Esports.
Yes,
What a comeback by
supportive.
Mikasi daw.
Sabi ni Ching, girl power daw. Panic Master. Ang dami talagang supporters eh. Nakakatuwa.
Ayan, yun, nandito in full support ang Affinity Esports over here. Ayan nga si Ching, and we have Mel Dacilio, Reynante Lopez as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting, of course, GGEZ.
Yes, and of course, GGEZ would not be possible if it weren't for the help of Manila Esports Club, Valorant PH, and Valorant Rising.
Absolutely, and we are of course powered by Blind Spot Productions and in partnership with Riot C Communities. Very, very proud of that, of course. Yes, Riot's eyes are on us as well.
Yan, Mika. Alam mo kung saan pa all eyes on where? Sa finals na mangyayari after our very short break. So mga viewers, maghanda na kayo kasi magiging matindi ang laban between Team Sad Boys and Girl versus Team 2. See you guys after the break.